Mars in 5th house in Capricorn Ascendant. Mars in 5th house. The planet Mars is the giver of immense potency, for which it strengthens the aspects of this house, and so on. The natives born with Mars in 5th house will carry immense vigor and would be very energetically inclined towards the worldly pleasures upon this land. They carry very muscular and impulsive personality and love to confront risks and challenges in life, but they lack at the side of patience. The natives of this placement of Mars in 5th house or above would be quite aggressive in their approach, besides which they are quite attached to materialistic comforts and are somewhat showy in their attitude. They would be somewhat possessive in their relationships and could also become jealous at times. They are also endowed with creative and artistic attributes. The natives of this placement having Mars in 5th house or above would be liked and admired by their friends for being vigorous, affectionate and fun-loving, but they will face some problems in intimate relationships and would often change partners. These people having Mars in 5th house are believed to have energetic and active children, besides which their sons would become a reason of affluence and prosperity in life, and there will be an explicit growth in the native's life after the birth of son. The things related to planet Venus and Moon will appear beneficial and truly positive for the person. This placement of Mars in 5th house would appear more pleasing with the span of time in life, but the immoral relationships with opposite sex would result very adversely for the native and will be the main reason behind lack of peace and agony for the person. The natives of this placement having Mars in 5th house should stay on the moral path and should keep her character pure. They should worship and pay respect to their ancestors and should plant a neem tree in the housing arena. They should keep a water pot below the head side of your bed for the whole night and should drop the same water in a flower pot in the morning. Mars in Taurus. Taurus is governed by Venus, a feminine watery planet. It shares a neutral relationship with Mars, which on the other hand, is a fierce masculine energy. When Mars is placed in such a stubborn sign having a delicate planet as its lord, its energy is not as active as in other signs. People born with Mars in Taurus have a low physical drive and level of activity. However, their mental concentration is outstanding. These people learn a lot from their experiences and mistakes. In fact, these are some of the most determined and stable people. They have a strong penchant for beauty and arts such as music, paintings, luxuries, etc. due to the influence of Venus. Some of them also have an artistic talent up their sleeve. These natives want to live a luxurious and comfortable lifestyle. Mars gives them the ability to manage their money wisely, so they tend to have a strong hold over financial matters. Such people tend to be inclined towards love and sensuality. In fact, at times, they also have more than one lover. They often feel dissatisfied with their spouse and relationship. They can also be overly possessive and violent in love and sexual matters due to the overflow of energy given by Mars. 4th Lord in the 5th house. When the 4th Lord is placed in the 5th house, the person feels security through their intellectual. If the planet in good dignity, then the person gets encouragement and support from mother, gains through children, active in physical activities, e.g. sports, games, entertainment, etc., loving to romantic partners, gets emotional upliftment through spiritual practice, interest in spirituality, benefits from spiritual practice, good past life credits. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person is emotionally unstable and have problem with children. Children misbehave with them, not able to handle speculation and other 5th house stuff, weak in spiritual practice. 11th Lord in the 5th house. When the 11th Lord is placed in the 5th house, the person gets opportunities in speculation. If the planet in good dignity, then the person could be good broker, investor, gambler, teacher, sports and in entertainment industry. The person will have many children who will come up well in life. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person indulge in foolish ventures, takes too many risks in gambling, lack of income, loss in stock market, lack in spiritual and educational opportunities. Mars in 6th house in Capricorn Ascendant. Mars in 6th house. The planet Mars is the giver of supreme potency to the natives, for which it also empowers the aspects of 6th house in this placement. The placement of planet Mars in 6th house would make the native emerge as highly vigorous and active persona at the workplace. The natives of this placement of Mars in 6th house are truly sincere and serious towards work, besides which they carry lumps of energy to their workplace and strictly wants others as well to possess the same, as they will hate lethargic personalities in the work arena. They are strong hard workers who would put all the effort to accomplish their work well. These people are quite aggressive also and can easily turn irritated, which would be the main reason for their bitter relations at workplace, and for the same, they could have some enemies and foes as well in the professional arena. The people born with Mars in their 6th house would not be flexible in their attitude, neither they would provide freedom for work to their co-workers. Apart from this, they are overly concerned at their workplace and could acquire unreasonable worries at times. They are quite impatient at work. They are intellectual and skilled at organizing and analyzing. No doubt they are really good at work, but they also want the recognition for the same. The natives of this placement of Mars in 6th house would receive admiration from their superiors and are believed to succeed in their professional arena for always giving their best, besides which bringing some softness and flexibility in their attitude could improve the work environment around them. The natives of this placement of Mars in 6th house would be benefited from the trading and business related to Mercury stuff. Besides this, the placement of Sun, Saturn and Mars together in the 6th house would bring problems to the brothers, sisters, wife and mother of the native. The native's brothers should offer him, her something and should pay him, her respect, as it will bring them prosperity and would defend them from adverse impacts. The native should distribute salt instead of sweets on the birth of son, and her son should never wear gold for the good of native. The native should pay worship to the Lord Ganesha for the well-being of her parents and to win over the enemies, besides which pursuing the remedies of planet Saturn will also bring betterment in the native's life. Mars in Taurus. Taurus is governed by Venus, a feminine watery planet. It shares a neutral relationship with Mars, which on the other hand, is a fierce masculine energy. When Mars is placed in such a stubborn sign having a delicate planet as its lord, its energy is not as active as in other signs. People born with Mars in Taurus have a low physical drive and level of activity. However, their mental concentration is outstanding. These people learn a lot from their experiences and mistakes. In fact, these are some of the most determined and stable people. They have a strong penchant for beauty and arts such as music, paintings, luxuries etc. due to the influence of Venus. Some of them also have an artistic talent up their sleeve. These natives want to live a luxurious and comfortable lifestyle. Mars gives them the ability to manage their money wisely, so they tend to have a strong hold over financial matters. Such people tend to be inclined towards love and sensuality. In fact, at times, they also have more than one lover. They often feel dissatisfied with their spouse and relationship. They can also be overly possessive and violent in love and sexual matters due to the overflow of energy given by Mars. 4th Lord in the 6th house. When the 4th Lord is placed in the 6th house, the person good in giving emotional support to others. If the planet in good dignity, then the person is healer, uplifting to others emotionally, have good intuition, good in knowing others' feelings, motivated to build up good financial assets, may have good knowledge in healing, law, defense, and protective service, warrior, animal advocate or trainer, environmentalist. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person is emotionally aggressive and unreliable, conflicts or separated from the mother struggle in life, problems with home and car ownerships, difficulties in educations, many residence and school change, heart and chest area problem, pets are aggressive and sick. 11th Lord in the 6th house. When the 11th Lord is placed in the 6th house, the person income through service. If the planet is in good dignity, then the person get money through maternal relatives, litigation and running nursing homes. The person gets opportunity for exercise, self-improvement jobs. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person poor in money management, struggle with money, debts, ruins opportunities through bad conduct, involve himself in other people's quarrels and antisocial activity, gets involved in friends' problems. Mars in 7th house in Capricorn Ascendant. Mars in 7th house. The planet Mars is the giver of immense potency and makes human beings strong from the core, but it also bestows aggression and impatience, which is the reason for its being malefic at times. The arrival of planet Mars in the 7th house would bring some adverse effects upon the native's life, and it will provide an average path of relationships for these natives. The natives born under this placement of Mars in 7th house are perceived to confront problems in their conjugal path, as they would find difficulties in getting married as well as during their walk over the conjugal path. Besides this, they won't have much and many strong relations in the outer world, as they would face some problems in their professional arena as well. The main reason behind all of these problems will be their hasty and impatient attitude and their violent mental composure. Besides this, they would get surrounded by similar aggressive people in the personal as well as professional enclosure. This placement is pleasant for taking the native towards good heights in the arena of sales and marketing, for the native being competitive at the core. The natives of this placement of Mars in 7th house would confront conflicts and quarrels in their relationships and would lead unstable conjugal path, for which they would lack peace in their marital life. These natives having Mars in 7th bhava are advised to marry someone who could understand them well and who would possess a mature attitude. These people having Mars in 7th bhava are quiet and flexible about other opinion, for which they are advised to give a thought even to oppositions, as they could also be at the right side at times. They should try to avoid arguments. The 7th house receives the influences of both Venus and Mercury, which together provides the impacts of Sun. Therefore, the placement of Mars here receives the impacts of Sun as well, and so on. The native would attain strong positions in the professional and social arena and would be bestowed with good affluence and heights. Apart from this, if Mercury get placed along with the planet Mars, then it will bring adverse impacts upon all the aspects associated with Mercury, as there would be problems with sister-in-law, nurses, maidservants, goats, parrots, etc. In such placement, the natives are advised to stay away from all of mentioned above. The natives born with Mars in 7th house should place a solid piece of silver in her house and should offer sweets to daughter, sister-in-law and widows. He or she should build a small wall and destroy it every time after rebuilding it. These measures would bring betterment in the natives' lives. Mars in Cancer. Cancer is a movable water sign ruled by Moon, which is a feminine watery planet. Mars on the other hand is a fierce and masculine planet, but it shares a friendly relationship with Moon, so the placement of Mars in Cancer turns out well for a native. If you have Mars in Cancer, you are likely to value your physical energy more than your emotional strength. A mix of Moon and Martian energy make the person mentally strong and resolute, since Moon represents mind and Mars represents power. Such natives need an outlet for their reserve of energy, and they tend to express their energy in an emotional fashion due to the influence of Moon. These natives are not demanding and assertive, instead, they tend to be compromising in nature. However, that doesn't mean that you can make them compromise on their beliefs. Natives with Mars in Cancer tend to be independent and hardworking. They make serious efforts to realize their ambitions. Due to overflow of feelings, Moon, and sensual needs, Mars, these people tend to be overly passionate in love and sexual matters. They do well in sports, especially water-based. Sailing also appeals a lot to these people. Fourth Lord in the 7th house. When the fourth Lord is placed in the 7th house, the person is connected emotionally with partner, gets emotional support from partner and happiness from partner, earns through partnership, business with related real estate and vehicle, or partner will do these kind of business, spouse have strong career and close to mother. If planet is not in good dignity, then the partner not have enough equity and fixed assets, partner may be uneducated, emotional trouble in marriage, partner may be unsupportive, unbalanced and not have good relationship, mother may get stepmother. If malefic planets sitting with fourth lord, then person flourish outside from the country. 11th Lord in the 7th house. When the 11th Lord is placed in the 7th house, the person get opportunity through partnership, If the planet in good dignity, then the person's income improve after marriage, marry rich and influential women, get profit in partnerships, makes money by traveling jobs, treat spouse like friends, get profit from influential people. The person may prospers in foreign countries. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person indulge in immoral activities, makes money through bringing people together for pleasurable purpose. Mars in 8th house in Capricorn Ascendant. Mars in 8th house. The planet Mars is a giver of immense potency and is a powerful celestial presence which would further provide strength to every aspect around. The placement of Mars in the 8th house would provide an energetic and vigorous approach towards the life, besides which it will provide the blend of both positive and negative impacts upon the native's life. The natives born under this placement of Mars in 8th house would be quite hasty and aggressive in their attitude and would put all of their efforts and hard work to reach the pinnacle. Besides this, they are born with a strong intellect and vision to perceive the truth well. For the same reasons, they would be naturally inclined towards investigation and researches in which they could grow really high, as well as in arenas associated with medicine, law and finance. Besides this, they are very efficient in bringing out solutions and untangling the threads. These people having Mars in 8th house possess invincible strength and are quite firm in their path once they have decided, for which they are believed to achieve what they want to. These people having Mars in 8th bhava are believed to succeed in their professional arena, but they won't be much satisfied at their relationships and even could feel the lack of love and warmth in their personal life. These natives having Mars in 8th bhava could bear the losses in joint financial aspects. There could be some financial problems in natives' path. The presence of Mars in the 8th house would bring some colors of scorpions in the attitude, for which these natives could be somewhat disguised and covetous at times, but they would expect the loyalty from others so that they could also stay like the same. They could be aggressive and reserved in their temperament and would be strongly passionate at the core. The presence of Mars in the 8th house would bring adverse impacts upon the younger brothers of the native, besides which the immense firmness in the native's attitude could also become the reason of losses at times. They should pay respect and services to widows and should wear a silver chain for the reduction of malefic effects. These people having Mars in 8th house should offer sweets and bread prepared on tandoor to dogs for the betterment, and should offer rice, gran pulse and jaggery in the sacred places meant worship. They should build a small dark room at the end of your house in such a way that no sunlight would enter it. They should bury a earthen pot filled with tishi candino near to a cremation ground. Mars in Leo. The lord of Leo is Sun, which is friend with Mars. Both Mars and Sun are masculine fiery planets. This is a positive placement because the person gets the abilities from Mars and the confidence to shine out from the Sun. People born with Mars in Leo are quite helpful and generous in nature. They are clever and intelligent and know how to use their abilities wisely. These natives tend to have many tricks up their sleeves. This position of Mars also gives a fondness for travel and love for hilly places and forests. Penchant for poetry and fine arts is also possible with Mars in Leo. Mars here also gives a great capacity to learn. Their physical energy is boundless and their creativity outshines. These people also have a strong willpower and confidence. Leadership quality is ingrained in their personality. While they can be demonstrative physically, they are quite affectionate beings from inside. These people are always in an excited mood and keep the aura of a room filled with exuberance. Mars in Leo people take pride in their sexual abilities. Excessive passion and pride can also bring them defame and troubles though. Fourth lord in the 8th house. When fourth lord is placed in 8th house, have unknown emotional support. If the planet is strong, then the person gets emotional support from others. Educated in researcher and investigator. Study in metaphysical subject. The person is very intuitive, focus in becoming enlightened. Mother can be spiritual or looking for peace through spiritual practice. She can be working as a counselor, psychologist or healer. May get money in inheritance from family or from other sources and have love for mystery of life. If the planet is not in good dignity, then the person may have emotional problem, may get abused or abuse from family, need to be careful. lack of love and nourishment from mother and have low sex drive. 11th Lord in the 8th house. When the 11th Lord is placed in the 8th house, the person get opportunity through unknown. If the planet in good dignity, then the person get profit from dead, research business, involved in secret work, could get benefit in sex-related business or helping in people in this area. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the native, though rich at birth, suffers many calamities and loses much of his money. He will suffer from the depravities of thieves, cheats and swindlers, sometimes the person forced to support his living by begging. The person gets few opportunities in life.